Welcome to Point Blank on Eyewitness News. My name is Selom Adunu. Tonight on Point Blank, we'll take a trip to the Western region. For the last few elections, that region has been blue. In the last election, the NDC came quite close. Getting 8 out of the 17 seats in the area. Of course, a few times the party has won the region, the NDC I mean, but it's been usually an MPP area. Member of Parliament for the Ellembelle constituency, the Honorable Emmanuel Akufo-Addo, is my guest tonight on Point Blank. Indeed, former President Mahama, NDC flag bearer, is in the region, been promising and been speaking about a number of things. Hello, Honorable Akufo-Addo. Good evening. Welcome to Point Blank.
Good evening. I'm happy to be here. Point Blank, Citi.
Great.
How are you?
Very good. It's our pleasure to have you. How is the campaign in the region? The region for the last few elections is being voting NPP.
The people of the Western region are upbeat. They've had enough of the disappointments of the MPP, and they are determined to bring back President Mahama and the NDC.
I see. So what exactly are you telling the people? What's your message to the people of the Western region?
Well, first of all, let me tell you what the people are saying first. I think the people of the Western region started with the House of Chiefs and the disappointment of the promises, the failed promises of the Akufo-Addo Baumia government. They had promised the Western region a regional hospital. It never came. They had promised the Western region petroleum service hub. It never came. They had promised the Western region that we're going to see massive improvement of our roads in the so-called year of road. None of that happened. It's even gotten worse. They have promised the Western region so many other things that never happened. They have promised the Western region rural electrification. It never happened. On the other hand, they went back to the record and they saw that it was the NDC and President Mahama that came in and basically transformed the region. It was the NDC and President Mahama that came and basically brought about the petroleum industry and revamped the Western region and brought hope. They made reference to the establishment of Ghana Gas, GNI. They made reference to community secondary schools that was spread across the country. They made reference to the massive road infrastructure that was done, Anyamfuri, Bogosu, Anyamfuri Road, and so many other roads, the Oye Enclave roads, and improvement in chip centers and clinics and polyclinics. And so rural electrification, in fact, they were very specific. The NDC gave them over 1,400 communities with lights. And for 8 years, they've not even had 200 communities have lights. They made a comparison and it was very clear that this government has not only failed other regions, but the failure in the Western region is completely glaring and very disappointing. And in fact, if you go to places where, quite frankly, you ordinarily not expect to see NDC massive support, those receptions are unprecedented. I have been in politics for a little bit. I have not seen Takrade, a Fiekwe team. I have not seen Second B, who's so high for the NDC. Enthusiasm, the cheers, the welcome, the joy of seeing the incoming president, John Mahama, is overwhelming. And we are very determined to push. And I'm very confident that the Western region is going to deliver massively for John Mahama and the NDC.
Yeah, so what are you telling them? So you just told me what the people are telling you. What promises are you making?
I think that we start with our record and we start to compare our records. And then we now tell them that Based on our record, it is very clear that we are coming to cement it. For example, I was very proud when I spoke at the House of Chiefs, when it was very clear that this government has even not given us a representation in cabinet. And I told them it really mattered. It really mattered because as energy minister, I could point to 1,400 communities that, like, I could point to oil and cliff routes and so many other things. President Mahama goes back to talk about his record and the things he wants to do. For example, the empowerment of women. He talks about the plan, a very, very comprehensive plan to basically clean our water bodies and bring some sanity in the Galamsey business. The Western region is the heart and beat of mining and the devastation of the destruction of our forests, and how he's going to bring sanity and basically create a system that allows us to do small-scale mining without destroying our water bodies, without destroying our forests, and bring sanity and bring order. Was so welcoming, was so refreshing. He talked about the empowerment of the youth, employment of the youth, and brought about policies in a manifesto that will really help empower youth. He talked about other reliefs, especially economic reliefs, and taxes that will relieve. For example, we talked about the betting tax that will go. He talked about the yield levy that will go and the corporate tax. He all talked about the petroleum sector and the energy sector, and made reference to the collapse of the petroleum sector, the fact that big players have left Ghana because of corruption. For example, we made reference to ENI leaving Ghana and moving their headquarters to Cote d'Ivoire, and the fact that they've left a lot of discoveries that they were supposed to have been producing by now. And the president assured the Western region that he's already going to take steps to make sure that these big giants come back and these stranded fields will be brought back to stream. The production of oil has reduced close to over 35%, and we are really at a risk of basically producing and finishing our reserves. So there's a need to ramp up reserves, and the president assured the Western region that anytime there's an increase in oil production, it translates into economic boom for the region, and he's going to do that. He's going to come back and basically bring back the oil and cliff roads. He talked about cocoa, which is also the heart and beat of the region, and the fact that cocoa farmers are really, really struggling. The inputs that they used to get to really produce cocoa, all the things that the NDC did to basically make the cocoa farmer happy was gone, and assure them that this is coming back, and basically it translates into, helping the Western region helps Ghana. When you help the bread basket of the Ghana, which is the Western region, it really is a boom for Ghana. Isn't it a shame that this year we couldn't even get the target of cocoa we want? How do we get less than 400,000 tons of cocoa when in the NDC period we got over 900,000 tons of cocoa? What has resulted into that? President Mahama was confident and assured farmers that all the things that must be done to basically bring back the cocoa industry will be done. And so there was so much hope for the youth. There was so much hope for the women who welcome the Women's Development Bank as an innovation that will empower them and really make women more powerful and bring hope to women. And so there's so much news to go around. The Western region is excited, as with so many other regions. It's exciting. The welcoming is a massive. As I speak to you, we are in Amanfi. We just left Amanfi West. We entered Amanfi Central. And, everywhere we've gone, the crowds, the welcome, the love, and they can't wait for December 7th to basically bring the NDC.
Well, what do you tell people who say that the Western region itself, has also had its fair share of development under this present government? So, for example, people point to the construction.
Well, I just told you all the things that they promised to do.
So, for example, there's a construction of a polyclinic at New Takrady, we understand, and also the upgrading of the Mpoho Health Center.
Is important, but you see, the Western region, the biggest promises were regional hospital. Where's the regional hospital? In fact,
the Efia Nkwanta Hospital is been remodeled.
The what?
The Efia Nkwanta Hospital, which serves as a regional hospital.
There's one administrative building there.
Remodeled.
That doesn't really translate into it, and there's a lot of uncompleted projects. In fact, let me tell you this. The only completed project in the Western region is a statue of President Akufo-Addo. Isn't it a shame?
How about the Shama District Hospital?
Shama what?
Shama District Hospital.
It's a big hole. We were there yesterday. It's a big hole.
So you are telling us that the Shama District Hospital hasn't been built?
Oh, the district hospital. I'm saying that you should come to Shama and see if there's a district hospital completed. It was an attempt of a hospital that has basically been abandoned. And when we were there, the chief lamented
a 90-bed district hospital.
The shameful state of affairs. I'm saying that there is no Shama district hospital. It's not completed. Okay. I'm saying that, and that's the sad story about the MPP. I mean, they like to basically put things on a piece of paper that really is not on the ground. And so, for example, I'm sure you saw there's a picture of Shama Hospital, and I can tell you on authority that there is nothing like a Shama Hospital. In fact, there's a pit there. The president went to cut a sword, and that was it. Nothing happened, and that is really that sums up the anger and the frustration of the people of the Western region. They feel very deceived. They feel very taken for granted. And listen, I'm talking about constituencies that have voted for the MPP since we started democracy. The Sekondi Takoradi Metropolis, for the 32 years of our democracy, have voted 24 years for the MPP. And they are saying that, enough of enough. This elephant has come, sat on their necks, and has not given them anything but suffering. And they cannot wait to get that off their back and bring back hope and bring back bring back John Mahama.
How about the fishing harbour and the landing beaches at Axim and this cove? I mean, the sea defense walls at Amanfo, Kuma, Abuadze, Adjoa, and Funko, and all of that. The fishing harbour is a good thing. It's a very good thing. But this is the sad part about the fishing industry. The fishermen were saying that, one, the premise that really helped them to really get the bomber harvest has not been coming. In fact, has been hijacked by politicians. They are saying that they can't buy about motors. They can't buy the inputs that they need for fishing. It's so expensive now, and government has really not intervened like the NDC did to support fishermen. And so, but at least there's a fishing harbour, and I mean there's all of that. But you're saying nothing at all has happened.
Well, in some of the places, yes, and I can tell you that. But I'm saying that the fishermen were basically not celebrating because the heart and soul of fishing, the fishing harbour can be there, but if they don't have what it takes to go fishing, what is the value of it? And I'm telling you that they don't have. The outboard motors is too expensive for them to buy. They are saying that MPP party apparatchiks have hijacked the premise business. They can't even go fishing. They talked about so many other challenges. And I'm saying that every part we pass, market women.
Speaking of market women, what's the status of the market circle, the PTC roundabout,
the market circle,
the Takrady interchange, the iconic interchange?
It's in line with the stories of all MPP projects. They are all at a standstill, and that's a shame. It's all at a standstill. Takrady looks like a workshop, dirty, with all sorts of roads. In fact, the roads in Takrady are so bad, and it is worsened by MPP's rush to try to pretend like they are fixing roads in the last 2 months. And, the people cannot be, bullied and swerved. They've done this so long that people know their game, that they come back and try to pretend they are fixing rules when it's election, when you had 8 years to do it. My brother, I think it can be signed up in the song, it is too late. to say you are sorry when you've broken the heart of the people.
I'm sure I'm taking a leave from Speaker Babin.
I think I can sing it for you.
No, that's all right.
It's too late.
No,
too
Speaker
late.
Babin sang it, so we are okay with that.
You are sorry. After you broken our poor hearts. See the song.
All right, that's fine. Let's get to the Takoradi enclave itself. I mean, for the past elections, that area has been deeply blue. I mean, right from Escado Ketan through Sekendi, Kwesimintim, Takoradi, Efia, Hunter West, all of those areas, the urban side of the Western region has always been very MPP. What is your strategy? What is your plan to help turn that situation around for the NDC?
It's not a plan. It's not a plan. In fact, I can tell you that it is as if it was a sin to support the MPP in the last 8 years. The people who have bore the brunt of the suffering and the pain and the neglect is these areas. The Sekendi Takoradi metropolis, the city of Takwa and its environment. They have suffered. They have suffered. No, every business has collapsed. Listen, I told a story of businesses that were doing so well in the area because of President Mohammed's local content policy. To the extent that private Western regional businesses were so active and they prospered to the extent that they could even build Takoradi more jointly. Today, all those oil services companies have collapsed. And you know why they have collapsed? They have collapsed because in the last 8 years, there has not been any addition, any activity, any production, new production. And that is the heart and soul of the region. Everything has collapsed and it has really had impact on ordinary people of the Western region. And unfortunately, this government took their eye on the ball. The places that they needed to pay attention to, they failed to do it. It just dawned on them in the last 3 days. And it is even annoying what they are trying to do now.
I see. We have just 1 minute to go. Talk to us about Ellembelle. You're coming up against your old foe,
well,
Kwesi Bozo. You've been there for quite some time now. I mean, he is promising this time to defeat you and bring real progress to the people. What's happening on the ground?
I think my opponent has made these elections fundraising year where he goes to drum up how he's close to winning so that people can support him. I'm confident about the work we've done and the support and the enthusiasm we've had. And every term and in the last 3 elections, I increased my vote. In the last election, I beat the guy close to 8,500. So I think I'm even going to increase my vote, God willing. I don't see where he's going to get a vote to close the gap to be able to beat me, but it's election. So we are going to work till the last day, and I believe that with God on our side, I'm winning massively.
Very well.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. The
Honorable Kofi Amaboa, Member of Parliament for the Ellembelle constituency in the Western region.